Hi, my dear friend. This is Elizabeth, and thank you very much for being here in Sube la Vibra. Today we have Dr. Bruce Lipton. He's the author of The Biology of Belief. He talked about we are the creator of our reality with our belief. He explained in this part what we can do to change that. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed this interview as much as I did. Thank you.
3 ways to change the program. There are only 3 ways right now that you can control the change of the program. Number 1 is, how did we get the program in the first 7 years? I said, that's when the Jesuits said, give me a child until it's 7. I go, because the mind of a child under 7 is not in consciousness. That's a higher vibration. I said, vibration? I said, yeah, put wires on a person's head. It's called electroencephalograph. I read the brain, okay? The vibration for consciousness is a high vibration. When a child's born, it doesn't have that vibration. When a child's born, it's got a lower vibration called theta. And I say, what's theta? Well, theta character is imagination. So think about it like a child. They're going to have a tea party. They're pouring an empty pot of tea into an empty cup. Then they're drinking the empty cup and they're going, that was wonderful tea. It's like, that's imagination. Or the child's riding a broom thinking it's a horse. When the child's on that broom, the child's not picturing a broom. In imagination, that's actually a horse. So the mother says, give me the broom. And the child's like, what are you talking about? Because at that moment, it's not a broom. In imagination, it's a horse. So I say, theta is imagination, but theta is hypnosis. So a child's first 7 years, it's in hypnosis, meaning it's the recording camera. It's recording everything. Consciousness hasn't even started. Whatever it sees, the subconscious records it. Very important, because if there's no consciousness, did anybody filter the programs? Did we separate good programs from bad programs? I go, no, there was nobody there. So the result is we got good programs, we got bad programs, because we weren't there to see if they were good or bad, not until age 7. Okay, so if you want to change the subconscious, then one of the ways to change it is to use hypnosis. That's how we use it for 7 years. And I go, simple point. Every night when you go to bed, the moment your conscious mind falls asleep, that's the higher vibration. The brain is operating at the lower vibration, theta. It's in a state of hypnosis. So I say, if you put a pair of earphones on as you go to bed, with a program playing of what you want, a health program, make money program, learn how to be a love person, or whatever thing you want. You've got that CD with the program, and you put it in, you put the earphones on, and as the moment your conscious mind falls asleep, you're in theta. Wow, guess what? If the earphones are on, the message that's coming through the earphones is not going to conscious mind. You don't hear the message, you're sleeping. The subconscious hears the message. So every night, if you put the earphones on, as you're going to bed, play a program that you want to be true, then you can just repeat this for a number of nights. And guess what? You will learn the program while you're even sleeping, because the subconscious is learning it, not the conscious mind. And so that's one way of changing the program, finding what you want, and it's called self-hypnosis. Hypnotize yourself. Just go to bed, and you're in a hypnotic state for a period of time right after you fall asleep. And then I say, okay, well, hypnosis is how I learned in the first 7 years. But I learned a lot of things after I was age 7, and I wasn't in hypnosis. So how did I learn after age 7? And the answer is repetition, habituation, practice. I go, like what? Well, let's say you want to play an instrument. I pick up an instrument, let's say a trumpet. I don't know how to play a trumpet. What do I got to do? I have to practice. Repeat, repeat, repeat. And the more I repeat it, it then becomes a habit. So once I know how to play the trumpet, I don't have to read the music on the paper anymore. I know how to play it. It's a memory now. Boom, I could play the trumpet. But I didn't learn that by the first time I played the trumpet. I had to repeat it and repeat it and repeat it. You want to drive a car? I don't care if you read the book on how to drive a car. You have to get in the car and you have to practice in the car. And when you practice repetition, you will learn how to drive the car. So think about it this way. If you got your license a long time ago, when you get in a car today, do you even think about the details of driving? No, you can put the key in and think about, I'm going to the store and I'm going to get the groceries, and you're not even paying attention. And you can drive the car because now it's a habit. So first 7 years, you learn from hypnosis. After age 7, you learn from repetition, practice, habituation, it's called. And that's an exercise. You got to do something active. You have to repeat something and practice it every day. Some people put, like when they say sticky note on the refrigerator. I go, that's not a practice. That's a suggestion. Why? There's no practice. It's just sometimes you look and go, oh, yeah, okay. I say, no, practice is just like anything you want to practice. You have to repeat it every day. So there's a new age phrase that I like, and it's called fake it till you make it. And I say, what does that mean? I say, let's say I'm not a happy person, but every day I repeat to myself over and over again during the day, I just make a habit of repeating, I am happy, I am happy. You're not really happy, but you're saying I am happy. I say, why is that important? I say, just keep repeating it. And I say, why? Because at some point, repetition will make a habit. And here's the fun part. Once it's a habit, you don't even have to think about it again. Just like right now, you've been playing habits that you got before age 7, and you never even think about it. You don't have to think about how to walk. You don't even have to say, I'm going to walk across the room. All you have to have is an intention. Oh, I got to go get that. You didn't say, I got to go get that, and I have to walk across the room. That's automatic. So the fun part is this. When you put in a new program, once it's in the system, you have no more work. You don't have to put any effort into it or exercise because it's going to work 95% of the day. So you're not happy, but every day you say, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy. And after a number of days, you won't even have to say it anymore because the subconscious will have it. And let me bring, this is like one of those notes in a box that's real important. It says this. What is the function of the mind? You ready? Is to make coherence between your belief and your reality. In other words, if I have a program that I am happy, what do you think the function of the mind is? To make behavior to reveal I am happy. So whatever my belief is, the function of the mind is to create the behavior to manifest that belief. So whatever you want in your life, if you can put that program into your subconscious mind, you don't even have to work on it anymore because the mind's job is to take the subconscious program and make it real. So first way to change the program, hypnosis with the earphones at night, that's good. Number 2 is repetition. Repeat like a practice, like a mantra. Repeat that thing you want. I am happy, I am happy, I am healthy, I am healthy, I am lovable. I am lovable. Just keep repeating during the day, and this becomes a program. And once it's a program, it happens automatically 95% of the day. Those new programs will become real. Okay? And now the last way to change a program, which is very exciting because it's a new understanding, is called energy psychology. And there are different ways, modalities or ways of practicing energy psychology. So let me just put this out for the audience. My website, which is all the information that we just talked about, is free. Videos, written articles, audio interviews, it's all downloadable for free. But on my website, which is brucelipton.com, again, brucelipton.com, there's under resources, it says belief change modifications. And I have 20 or 25 different what are called energy psychology processes. And here's the most beautiful part, is that in many of these processes, you can rewrite the subconscious mind in about 10 minutes, you can rewrite a program. Even if you're 50 years old, 60 years old, and you've been doing the same program for 60 years and sabotaging yourself, I say in about 10 or 15 minutes, using some of these processes, you can rewrite those beliefs. And I say, what's the net result? And here's the beautiful part. I said, when we stopped playing the program, when we fell in love, what did we create? Heaven on earth. And we created what was based on what our wishes and desires were. That's when the conscious mind was not playing the program. Now it was playing wishes and desires. Okay, so here's the fun part. What if I took my wishes and desires and made those as programs in my subconscious? I rewrite the subconscious so that my wishes and desires are the program. That's the greatest part in the whole world, because once it's in the subconscious, I will automatically experience wishes and desires. 95% of the day, my program will be seeking love or health or wealth or whatever it is without me even thinking about it. As a matter of fact, while I'm thinking, the new program will get me what I wanted in the first place, just like the programs are getting you your life right now, except the ones that we're getting now based on our programs are not very good programs. So that's where the struggle comes from. But if you rewrite those programs and you put your wishes and desires as the program, you wouldn't even have to think about it. You will find yourself heaven on earth every day without even thinking about it. That was the intention of when we got here. That was why we got here. And yet our programs have taken away our power. But guess what? There are people who don't have these programs, and they become the most powerful people in the world. And you say, well, how does somebody like Bill Gates get all that power? And I go, no. He didn't get any more power. It's just that we lost our power, and everyone else looks powerful except for us. Except that we're as powerful as they are. But somewhere during our program, during our development, even before we were born possibly, we downloaded behaviors that sabotage us. And then we believe we're the victim, but we created our victim. We're the one that created victim, not the outside. The victim is in our head. And so the freedom, Elizabeth, is truly, the fact is, if I change my beliefs, then I could live heaven on earth every day for as long as I live on this planet. And to me, that's the most important thing, because that means the belief that I now have, which I didn't have before. And this is my belief, and I've been living this way, and it's working really, really beautifully. And this is the belief. The belief we were programmed with is the belief that if we do well on planet Earth, if our behavior is morally aligned with the church, then we will be able to go to heaven. So heaven is something you think about after you're dead. I'm going to change that game right now. My personal belief is we were born into heaven. This is where we came to create. This is where we can have an imagination and create love and joy, and we can create all this. The only unfortunate part is that we were also programmed, and that people knew about this programming for 400 years. Mm-hmm. And what have they done? They have taken away our power in the program. And then we look at like we're victims, and the world looks like, I wouldn't create, if I'm creating heaven, why would I create a war? I go, you didn't create a war. That's somebody else's program that you bought, that you were downloaded with, that you got. And you're going to play their war game, not consciously. Conscious mind, what? War? Are you kidding me? Conscious mind, love, peace, harmony. Subconscious mind, I could program anything. I could violence in there. I could program war in there. I could program all that stuff. We did. And I say, why is it relevant? Because as you've experienced when you fell in love, you could have heaven. Heaven is a completely different world. And heaven is a different creation. And the idea is, I don't think we die and go to heaven. I think we were born into heaven. Yet, unfortunately, if we've been programmed to lose our power, then what we are creating is not our wishes and desires. We're creating a program that's been passed on from generation to generation. And it's time for us to wake up And that's why I want to thank you, Elizabeth, for this opportunity to talk, because I want people to wake up, because if everyone creates their own heaven, then the whole world will manifest as an expression of heaven. The garden, we had a garden when we got here. Our programming has us destroying the garden right now. We want the garden to come back. We have to change the way we're living. But changing the way we're living is our behavior, which comes from our beliefs. So we says, oh my God, you want to save ourselves, we have to change, people have to change their beliefs and start to put in programs that bring health and harmony to them, which by definition then brings health and harmony to the world around us. And so, again, my appreciation for giving me an opportunity to talk about this, because if people understand it, then people can do something. But if you have no idea that your life is run by a program, if you can't see the program, which we normally can't, then we are left with the impression that we are victims and powerless. I go, that's the farthest thing from the truth. We are creators. And that's the word, not just of biology that I talk about. That is the word of quantum physics, the most valid science on the planet, that we are creating. So if you don't like this creation, we can't go out and blame them. We have to come back inside and go, somehow or other, I'm involved with this creation. I've got to change me. The world will change after that. So important effort, not to go out and change the world, but to come in and change our inner world, because the outer world will change immediately once our inner world changes.
This is so powerful, and thank you very much for all this information, because it's really something that I think we all must know, to practice, to understand what is happening. And I appreciate and honor your work, because it's really amazing what you have done and what you have done for all of us. Thank you so much, Dr. Bruce Lipton. It was a pleasure to have you here, and we will contact you in brucelipton.com, yeah?
Yes, that's true. Thank you, Elizabeth. But again, I really want to thank your audience, because your audience are those people that can make a difference if they want to. And so giving me an opportunity to let them know they're powerful, except for the program, that they can change the program, and the experience of heaven, you don't have to wait till you die. You can have it right here. And that's the way I've been living for 22 years, and I am the happiest guy in the world, because it was not the way my first 40 or so, 50 years. I had to relearn and reprogram. And once I did that, my whole world changed. And every one of us can do that. So that's really what the message is all about.